Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week I am doing a Kendall Jenner recreating makeup because I've been seeing all over my For You page on TikTok Kendall Jenner makeup artist hack and the way she does their foundation and all things like that. So I thought what a perfect time to do one of my most popular videos that's on my channel, which was the recreating Kendall Jenner's makeup, but with the new hack I've seen on TikTok, which is with the foundation. I'm gonna keep this look really quite natural, quite quaint. Like I feel like Kendall does a really off duty model vibe, obviously because she's modeled there, so that's the vibe I'm gonna go for. But I'm gonna be using Kendall Jenner's makeup artist hacks to do my skin. The way it looked on TikTok was crazy and I need to get on that. So anyways, let's just get started with it. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be uploading every week, don't miss out. I am on a schedule this year and my schedule is going to be every single Thursday at 5:30, so make sure you're subscribed, turn on your notifications so you don't miss any videos. Let's just get started with it. I'm going to stop rambling. It's already been a 2-minute intro, so shut the fuck up, Izzy. So the first thing I'm doing is putting some hyaluronic acid on my skin, just because I want my skin to be really hydrated, and I prefer to keep my skincare quite simple because I tend to break out if I go too crazy. So just putting a hyaluronic acid on my skin is just gonna hydrate it and allow the makeup to sit really nicely on top of my skin and just make my makeup look really fresh, because Kendall goes for a very fresh look and I normally go for a matte look, so it is a bit different to what I would normally do my makeup like. The hyaluronic acid that I used was the ENQUIRIES. So the next step I'm going to do is Bobbi Brown Enriched Face Base. It's just an added layer of moisture again. This one really helps my makeup just look insane on my skin and it makes it apply so smoothly on top. And as you can see, I am breaking out a bit on my skin at the moment because of my period, and I don't know how that's going to cover. So having extra hydration on top should in theory stop the makeup from clinging to the dry areas, because they're all drying up. They're not active spots anymore, but it's been a challenge because my skin loves to freak out for my period and it's not fun. That's all the skincare prep I'm going to do, just because like I said, I like to keep mine quite simple, but obviously do your skincare routine that you find works for underneath your makeup depending on your skin type. You want me to do my skincare routine on YouTube, because I know I've done it on TikTok more recently, but I haven't done it on YouTube. So if you would like an updated skincare routine, I can do that. Just let me know in the comments and I will be sure to. I'm actually gonna start with brushing my brows with clear brow gel, which is terrifying. I'm going to use the Benefit 24-hour brow setter to do this, just because I don't want the soap brow look, but I do want my brows to be more lifted on my face, and this really helps with that because it keeps them still 3D on my face. 3D, you know, sometimes, like for example, the NYX brow glue, which is also one of my favorite brow gels, it's more thick and it's like really slicks your brows to your face, which sometimes is the look I'm going for. Normally when I'm doing a full face, I like that because it shows my brow hairs more, but with this natural makeup vibe today, for this look, I really am looking to do a more natural brow look, so this is perfect. I'm just gonna try and shape them a little bit too before it dries, because this one still sets your brows in place, but it just gives you a bit more movement time with this one, I would say, which is really nice if you are a starter as well, although this is a more expensive brow gel, but it is worth the money if you are looking to try a different brow gel. I actually have decided, because this brow is way more thick than this one, I am just gonna fill in the sparse areas of this brow, but nothing too crazy, just to even the brows out a little bit more, so I don't look so mismatched, really subtly, because I don't want it to look like I filled the brow in. I just want it to look like I naturally look like this. And the brow pencil I'm using for this one is the Uoma One and Done 2-in-1 brow styler, and this is a really good little 2-in-1 brow thing because it has a tinted brow gel on the end as well, if you are interested in making your brows a bit darker or whatever it is. But this is going to be it for my brows today. So now for the exciting part, which is the way she does the foundation on Kendall Jenner. I know Hailey Bieber also gets her makeup done by this makeup artist, so it's kind of an all-rounder. But basically the first step she does is contour and concealer, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be following that routine. I'm going to start out by applying some contour onto my face. This is the Fenty Matchstick in Amber, and this is going to create shadows on my face. And I'm going to blend this out, and I'm going to blend this out with a Sigma multitasking brush, and I've applied this just above my cheekbone because you kind of want to keep it in the direction portion of the center of your ear to give you that natural contour of where your cheekbone would snatch, you know? And don't worry about this being messy, because obviously this is the first step and not the last step, so you don't have to be so precise with it. You just need to make sure that your cheekbones are looking snatched. Okie dokie. Now I'm gonna go in with some cream bronzer, which is the Anastasia cream bronzer in Amber, and I'm gonna just apply this right on top of where I put that contour, to not contour but to give a summer glow to my skin, to warm it up a bit and just make it look like I have been in the sun rather than the middle of the winter like it is right now. Again, you don't have to be too concerned about this being too neat, which is really nice because it puts less pressure on what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? So now I've got that on. I look scary. I'm not gonna lie, I look scary. But I'm gonna go in with the Kosas concealer, because this is a little bit lighter than the Hourglass concealer that I would normally use. And I'm going to apply this in the inner corner parts of my face and also here to do some lifting, because Kendall Jenner's face is fucking snatched. So we need to mimic that to the best of our abilities. And we can do that with concealer. So I'm also just gonna clean up the contour a little bit, just with that, and then bit around my nose to reduce that redness, but not too much because we are obviously putting foundation as well, so you're not having to cover everything with the concealer. I am going in with the Zoeva Fluid Art Brush to blend all of this out, and blend this out in upward motions on your face so you're still giving that lifted look, because again, that's what we're desiring. We're desiring a facelift without actually lifting our face. Can you see that's already sharpened that contour right up, so we don't need to stress about doing that. I'm dabbing this in just because I find it adds more coverage when I pat, and I'm gonna slightly bring this on my eyelids, but nothing too crazy, just to even out the color when I put a bit of bronzer on my eyelids. Doing this stops having all this on your face, allows you to have a lighter layer of makeup and stop it from creasing. So I will be really interested, and I will do an update on my TikTok on how long this lasts. Actually no, I'll put it in the description box of this video, so if you are interested on whether this creases, which I tried this yesterday and it was insane, it didn't crease. Ow, I've got something in my eyeball. Some more concealer on there, don't mind me. I'm just gonna bring this across my nose bridge because it is a bit red, and I'm gonna blend, trying not to poke myself in the eye this time. Okay, so this is the the concealer and the bronzer on already. So now the next step is to put your foundation on over the top with a big fat fluffy brush, which seems quite scary to me. It weirdly works. You basically just start applying this over the top of it all. It's actually so crazy how well this routine works. No one told me about this. I am doing my makeup this way, honestly, for the rest of my life. I'm not gonna lie, because it's so good. Like, it doesn't, who told it to be this fresh looking? Can you see how flawless this looks on my skin? And let me just say, my skin is not flawless right now, but it's doing the most to give me that flawless vibe. And look how natural the contour looks when the foundation's blended over the top. It looks, okay, I'm going to blend that one out a bit. The next step is blusher. If I can find it. I'm going to be using the Rare Beauty Bliss blusher because this is my favorite blusher right now. And I am going to apply that with a flat brush so I can stamp it onto my face like so and really get that all blended in. Whoa. Okay, wow. I'm going to pop some on my nose as well. I know Kendall doesn't do this, but that's just the way I like to do my makeup. So I'm gonna do that. This makeup looks so fresh. It literally looks like skin. Like, because I guess because there's not so many layers, like layer on layer on layer on layer, like it's all kind of just merged in one big layer. It just sits so seamlessly on your face and doesn't crease in the same way. So I'm actually gonna go in and set with the Charlotte Tilbury setting powder because this is my all-time favorite setting powder, and it's a bit lighter than the Huda Beauty powder. So for this look, it's gonna be perfect. And I'm only gonna set my T-zone with this because, again, Kendall's makeup is so fresh and I think it's the best route for this makeup look. So I'm basically saying anywhere I didn't put bronzer or blusher just to make sure that it's not crazy oily or anything. Right, I'm now going to go in with highlight, and for highlighter I am going in with the BH Cosmetics Waffle palette, and I'm going to take powdered sugar and I'm going to dust this on my cheekbones to bring some more glow to my face. And because I didn't set this area of my face. It's extra glowy for sure. Again, on my nose, beautiful. And a bit over my eyelids. This base so far, beautiful. I'm gonna go in with the Scott Barnes bronzer palette because the technique I just did that Kendall Jenner's and Hailey Bieber's artist does on their face, Scott Barnes also used to do on JLo in the 2000s. So we know it works because JLo's jawbone contour is snatched and a half. And I'm doing this to warm up my face initially, and then I will go in with a contour shade. Oh, I'm going in with the shade Slice, which is this one right here. I'm then gonna take like a mini angled brush and I'm gonna go in with the shade Carved, and I'm gonna just accentuate the contour I just did to really snatch those cheekbones. Beautiful. And I'm actually gonna run that mixed with Slice, the first initial shade, over my eyelids so that I don't have to put too much eyeshadow on because it will naturally just have that color to it. Just with a big brush so it's like really seamlessly blended into my face. I'm gonna run those two shades that I just used underneath my eye as well. And that will just really cohere the look together. And it also widens when I do this. I find it makes my eyes look bigger, and I like to open up my eyes and look awake. So that really helps with that. Look at the base. I need to add blusher. Let me add some blusher. I'm gonna use the ColourPop palette, and I'm gonna use this like bright pink. I'm just gonna pop that on my cheeks to rosy them up. Beautiful. And I'm actually just gonna go over with a beauty blender just to further melt this all into my skin. This is a dry sponge from Beauty by Leah. Kendall normally does a really simple winged liner and just mascara on her lashes, so I'm actually going to use the same bronzer palette, and I'm going to use this dark shade right here to just create like the most natural little baby wing on the outside of my eye, just to accentuate my eyes a bit. Literally just tiny little baby wings like that. And I'm also gonna darken my inner corner. I am gonna put a kohl liner on, so I'm not doing anything crazy, but just so I can catch a guide. This always helps me know if my eyeliner's even, if the inner corners match. I think this eyeliner might be slightly thicker, a bit more. I'm then gonna go in with the telescopic L'Oreal mascara because this is literally one of the best mascaras in the world, and it makes my lashes look so long. And the Kardashians have the most thriving lashes in the world, so it's gonna be perfect. You want to fill the mascara wand on your lash line because then you're going to really get from the bottom to the top of the lashes, and that's going to really accentuate the length of your lashes. And I'm going to repeat the same on the other side. Well, this is the finished mascara. They are quite clumpy, but that's just how I like to do my lashes. So obviously you don't have to clump your lashes together. You can just do them however fancy doing them. I don't know whether to add a mini like little outer corner lash to like, I changed my mind about the lashes. I'm just going to use these individuals right here, and I'm just going to stick one on each outer corner of my eye just to give it that more elongated look, because that's the look that Kendall Jenner's eye shape is. I'm going to do that. These are the Kiss individual lashes, by the way, if you were wondering. I'm just going to pop one right here on the outer corner. Can you see it just like has elongated my eye a bit more? Oh, this one's got bare fluff in it. I'm gonna use the Urban Decay Whiskey eyeliner in Whiskey to just deepen my lash line, to make my lashes look thicker and make the like mascara look more like it's part of my eye. Can you see the difference that that's made? The smallest thing can make the biggest difference. So this is definitely, I would say, like a vital step. I'm not gonna lie. Like so. To further widen my eyes, I'm going to put some brown mascara on my bottom lashes. This is really subtle. When you use brown on your lower lashes, it's so much more subtle, but it still gives that widening effect that I really like. Like, look how much that's just opened up my eyes in the most subtle way. I'm actually gonna go in with a bit more highlight, make that extra shiny. And I'm actually looking at my brows and thinking that I want to fill these end parts in just really slightly. Lovely. And then for lips, I feel like Kendall's lips are always a glossy, they're never really matte. I'm gonna start with MAC Cork lip liner just to give my lips some shape, like so. And then I'm gonna go in with the Clarins Renew Lip Oil in the shade All Heart, and I'm gonna just pop this all over my lips because it's slightly tinted like a lip color, and it's literally perfect for this whole look. This is the finished makeup. Is there a crease in sight? Absolutely not. Not a single crease in sight. It looks it just looks so fresh and glowy and natural, which I really actually quite like. I don't normally do glossy lips, lashes, and like no eyeliner really. Like, it's really subtle, but I really enjoy it, and the skin for me is what takes the boat, which is the whole reason I pretty much made this video, because I wanted to show you guys the hack that I've seen in case any of you hadn't seen it. But oh my god, let me take my hair down so that we can get the full vibe. I'm gonna put my extensions in today. So this is the finished makeup. I actually really love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. Once again, don't forget to subscribe. Always leave video requests down below. I will look at them and add them to my list of video ideas, because I'm always looking for new ideas, so that would be really helpful. If you have any questions about the products that I use, they will all be listed down below. And other than that, I think that's all. So I will catch you guys in my next week's video. Deuces.